5 ways to build valuable data sets for your AI startup. Let's face it, getting data is hard, but what makes good data hard to get also makes it valuable. Going over to Hugging Face and pressing the download button is not really creating value. How exactly do people build valuable data sets? Number 1, collect it manually. This may seem like it would be impossible, but depending on what kind of data set you need to build, this is often your best option if it's only a bit tedious. I've been on teams that have hoarded every receipt and scanned them into the computer, photographed every nook and cranny of their house, and even spent days doing nothing but photographing pills from their medicine cabinet in different background environments and angles. Just all of this just to get good quality data. When you consider the high quality of the resulting data that was built, the tight control over the conditions and the dataset construction, it's often worth it to collect it manually. Number 2, offer a service. Many entrepreneurs start by helping their customers manually, building out the technology while trying to satisfy real customers in the process. This offers you a path to get both the money and the data that are needed to fuel your AI product. An example of doing this is an AI valuation company, which started doing human-driven valuations, building a small customer base, and then building an algorithm by incrementally automating each of the steps that the humans go through in their valuation process. Number 3, scrape it and clean it. Enter the dark side with me. The fact is, everyone is scraping data to build their AIs, especially the big shots like OpenAI and Google. Everyone steals from everyone else, and you should be no different. What makes scraped data valuable is the effort you put in to clean it up into a nice, tidy final data set which can be used to build AI technology on. Now, maintaining the scrapers and keeping the dataset clean on an ongoing basis can require significant investment. Any data that is easy and cheap to scrape into a clean dataset has already been done so by tons of other people. Those datasets would not be valuable IP. Number 4, buy it, but in the small. Going to a data wholesaler can save you time. But if you want to build real value yourself, you have to do what those wholesalers do, going to many small players and buying up the data from them and aggregating it. For instance, when I was developing Qualo, we sought out and purchased defunct startup code bases, which we used as training data for our flaw-finding algorithm. To get those code bases, we did deals with a dozen different ex-entrepreneurs. By working with small-time players to acquire that data, we got a very varied and valuable data set, which could be considered our IP. I've also seen this in the commercial real estate industry, where crucial data points like cap rates are traded like valuable commodities between firms. Number 5, enhance an existing data set. Sometimes what makes a dataset valuable isn't where it came from, but rather what you add onto it. The classic example of this is data labeling. Now, labeling is where you have some input data that is often easy to obtain. Imagine photos of dogs. They're all over the internet. But then you further enhance it. For example, you might take those dog photos and add what breed the dog is in each of the photos. Now, the additional work that you had to go through in order to categorize each of those photos is what makes that categorization valuable. It may seem trivial, but sometimes these enhancements are worth quite a fortune. A great example of this is in radiology, where very high salaried professional radiologists are required to painstakingly annotate each individual radiological image for hours. This makes those enhancements worth potentially hundreds of dollars per image. Now that's valuable intellectual property. This has been 5 ways to build valuable datasets for your AI startup. Those 5 ways were: number 1, collect it manually. Number 2, offer a service. Number 3, scrape it and clean it. Number 4, Buy it, but in the small. Number 5, enhance an existing dataset. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and follow me now to get tons of practical tips and tricks for building AI technology. If you need help building AI technology, check out my website and book a free consultation.